Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Casey McGovern, and I am Edna May's mother. On August 3rd, 2009, our family spent the day in the pool, just like we did many, many, many days. We really enjoyed pool time and just being outside and enjoying having a home with a pool. And our girls were, at the time, 19 months, 3 years, and 11 years of age. And we thought our home was safe. We thought that we were protected. We thought we were those helicopter parents at that time. But we also were big supporters of floaties. Our girls had floaties that matched their bathing suits, and we would take videos and pictures of them wearing those floaties and sending them to family and friends saying, look how well they're swimming. We were just incredibly ignorant and uneducated on the topic. Our family did have a pool fence, and at that time we had the one that you would have to manually lock. Unfortunately, that afternoon it was a little bit more chaotic at our home, and we spent the day in the pool. I got out first with Edna May. My husband got out soon after with the girls, and so I can go to the grocery store. And I went to the grocery store and checked out of Publix at 3:46 p.m. Loaded my car with groceries, drove from Publix to my house where I unloaded the groceries, started putting them on the counter, was met in my family room by M. So I put her in a glider in the same room as me, but on the opposite side of the kitchen counter so I could put groceries away. She loves snacks. She loves just kind of sitting there having her little, usually M&Ms or something sweet. And anyway, I got asked a question from the other room from my husband, so I walked away from her for a moment, and when I came back, she wasn't where I had left her. And so again, our house was safe. And so we thought we were doing everything right. So I went bedroom to bedroom looking at her very complacent and comfortably. I didn't realize that I should have went to the pool first. So I went bedroom to bedroom and proceeded to go to my slider where it was open. And again, before that, she was never able to open a great big slider. But that day, it happened. And I didn't even think about the pool on my radar. It wasn't until I was to this little grassy area where we had a swing set when I saw the glimpse of my daughter wearing this dress. And my world stopped. I ran around, grabbed her, and I screamed to God to help. All I did was scream and ask God to help me. Thankfully, my husband was there and heard my screams and had the bearings to do something. So he took her from me and put her on the coping and started CPR. And there was a gentleman there at the same time doing an interview, and thankfully he's like a hero because he called 911 because my brain had turned off. And he called 911 and gave the phone to me. And I remember the 911 operator saying to me, ma'am, you're not helping. You're not helping the situation. Put it on speaker and put it to the person doing CPR. So I did. Moments later, paramedics came in and took over, and her and I left in the ambulance. And I was at the hospital watching her fight for her life at 4:15. So when I think back at that 3:46, because we went home later on to see that receipt and all the groceries still left behind, it said 3:46. In 29 minutes, our world was rocked. Our world was broken, and it would never be the same. And that's what I urge parents to understand, is that it happens quick and it's silent. And it's just like leaving a loaded gun on your coffee table, that it's unprotected. Unfortunately, I've grown very close to Christina and Keisha, both parents that have lost in the same manner as us. And I just found out there's somebody else, but we're here because of a horrible tragedy, but we're surrounded with other advocates that are here that are passionate, trying to fight the good fight. And I cannot thank you enough for the work that you do in helping us. And I think Miriam just spoke about working in silos. I really encourage us to stop working in silos and have a louder voice and work together so that we can have an amplified voice and we can do more and we can work together to save this. Because we talked about the number of fatalities, but we didn't even talk about the non-fatals out there that much. And the non-fatals are 8 times that, and people are impacted. And to go another step further, I'm still incredibly close with the paramedics and the first responders and the law enforcement and the hospital care, the staff that took care of our daughter. They were just as impacted. And so it's this ripple effect that not only impacts our family, but so many other people. And that's why there's a suicide rate with those professions. So we must do better. We can do better. I have been fortunate enough to accept the position with Every Child a Swimmer program, which we provide Learn to Swim scholarships to the underserved population. Any family member that makes below $50,000 a year is entitled to up to 3 months of swim lessons. We have also passed legislation in the state of Florida, Georgia, and Arkansas requiring, actually mandating all schools to share water safety information, the risk factors, and also where to go for local swim lessons. So I implore you to visit that and join us to be able to help spread that word. We talk about fire safety all month long in October, but nobody talks about water safety. And so I think that that's what we really need to do, is start really pushing that, because when our kids grew up, we talk about stop, drop, and roll, have a fire extinguisher, have these things, but nobody talks about water safety. And so I really just encourage all of you guys to have those discussions, to do more. And I just thank you all for being here. I thank NDPA for their leadership. We could not do it without you. And Arkisha and Christina, I'm with you. But thank you.